Hello, welcome to the G.I. Joe New News Classified Reviews. My name is David T. Allen, or if you would like, Super Dave 817. If you would like to see more of this content, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification button for future videos. Thank you and enjoy.
Hello, welcome to another episode of the G.I. Joe New News Classified Review. I am David Allen, or if you like, Super Dave. We are here to discuss the very first of the Legacy series, the Firefighter, S&R Firefighter from Classified Legacy Collection. He's a really cool one, and there's some beautiful artwork on there. I want to say hello to everybody in the chat, and I hope everybody is staying safe and warm out there in YouTube land. So thank you, everybody, for joining me in the chat today. Hopefully this is not going to be that long of an episode. We're just going to get through this really quick, and then we'll be on to our rest of our day. So the Legacy Firefighter is the continuation of the Legacy collection that Hasbro had been doing previously. They did the 60th anniversary, 4 figures, the Marine Sniper, the SEAL, the paratrooper, and the infantryman. So they did those 4 figures previously, and now they're going into the real world rescue type people and real life jobs and things like that. And the Firefighter is the first of that batch of new legacies. I love these artwork pieces of artwork that they put on the side. They look really beautiful, and then you can see it has the Legacy there on there. Legacy means, I guess, like anything could be in it. In that series, the name Legacy means that they can go back to the old G.I. Joe's 12-inch and so on and so forth, and they could re-represent that in classified scale, 6-inch scale, so we could get all kinds of different things from classified in this arena. And there is rumors of a new Arctic rescue trooper, then there's another infantryman or something like that, and then there's also been an EMS that's been rumored. So there's been 2 or 3 rumor legacy characters that are on the way, but we'll have to wait and see. And then we have the other side. We have the QR code. We have a little bitty piece of artwork there, and then that target artwork on the side, but there are no QR codes. There's no designations on this one, so we can look at the Shooting the Galaxy photography though, and we can see how beautiful that looks from Matt and Mike, and some call outs here on the package for that Firefighter. Good morning, Michael Gene Fleming. Thanks for joining us today. So they got 2 or 3 firefighters in here in the background. They got one over here. They got one right there. And then they have this one way, way, way over there helping a person out of a burning building, which I really, really like that real world aesthetic. I hope we get more of this real world aesthetic, and they lean heavily into these. And then we have the front of the package with the loadout, and it says up here, Search and Rescue Firefighter, and then Legacy with that that badge there as well. This is one of the coolest things that I think Classified is doing, and I really enjoy it. So we're going to open this figure up, and we're going to see what we have here. I have some old 12-inch G.I. Joes. I don't know if I have a Firefighter or not. I didn't really have the chance to go check to pull that out, but I do have a bunch of old 12-inch ones from the 90s and the 2000s, because after the Hall of Fame G.I. Joes, the 12-inch Hall of Fame G.I. Joes, they did in the early 90s, they continued doing 12-inch figures, and they basically did pretty much everything. literally everything you can imagine as a 12-inch. They did hundreds of them. They did famous figures, they did rescue, they did astronauts, they did you name it. They did different types of soldiers from around the world, different time periods, different military people. Hello, everybody. Hey, Paul Morales, thank you. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. So they did practically everything. They did regular G.I. Joe characters as well. They did Dukes and Stalkers and Snake Eyes and Destros and Cobra Commanders and stuff like that as well in that 12-inch Hall of Fame line when they started. But then they started to branch out and do a lot of other stuff. Excuse that noise. That's the package pulling out the Firefighter from there. So this is a reuse of the snow job mold. They repurposed the snow job mold and made it into a Firefighter. There was a lot of people that would have preferred more of a khaki color for this Firefighter. This one has got a lot of grays, yellows, blacks, silvers on it. It does have like a khaki under balaclava type covered head that looks interesting on there. Very unique. It has this apparatus on the back as well to put something. We'll find out what it is at some point when we start unloading all the accessories. He also has the taupe gloves to match the balaclava. He's got some like little thermostat, little decoed thermostat right there, and a couple of little breathing tube things there with some silver deco as well. And in between all the yellow ribbons that are all over his body is silver ribbons in the middle of that reflective light to help. So when he goes into a fire and stuff, it helps reflect the light so people might see him in there. So it's a very interesting figure and design for this figure for the classified line. I think the face sculpt is really good as well. You can see that face sculpt there. So we're going to get into some of his accessories. Let's see. He's got the this little air breather tank, and that's what's going to go on his backpack. And there's a little rescue thing on there, Tampo, that says, let's see what it says. It says, breathable air, 3,000 BRUs, 430 60 PSL. So, and it's basically an air tank, and it goes into that little apparatus that's on his secondaries. Dude Stuff 2025. Good morning. Thanks for joining us today. Hello. So it snaps into this little apparatus that's here on that secondary. Let's see. That's a very unique way of doing this. I wonder if Airtight's going to have a similar apparatus. When they do Airtight, he'll have that tank and they'll repurpose that so they can get some more use out of that, because I know they're not going to just do that once. So I'm guessing we're going to get that again, some reuse molding of that twice. So let's see. Then we have this big Jaws of Life type thing that we have. And this, we've seen this before because it came with, I think it was Ripper, right? Ripper came with the Jaws of Life. This one's got a lot of different deco on it. It's got some silver, it's got some black, it's got some orange. So that makes sense that you would reuse stuff like this again, because that's a specialty item, and they need to reuse things multiple times. So they did a redeco of this, and they gave it to the Firefighter. And there's like some hoses and some air vents and a handle there, and this other little movable handle as well, similar to the one that Ripper had. So then we have the Firefighter's helmet, which has lots of deco on it. It has a little red 609. I guess that's his his branch, his firefighting branch, and then it's got all the yellow little tape all over the helmet, and then it has a little bitty gold on the top there. You can barely see that. It's like a fin for lighting. I'm not sure what that's for, but then it has a thicker balaclava underneath there to cover the head. It's taupe as well, and then this little neck part there. So we're gonna put that over the guy's head. Let's see what that looks like. I guess you have to remove the head in order to put that on. I'm not sure. Let's see. Because there's a part that goes over the neck and it sticks out. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that over the neck. There, I'm going to put that back on the head. There. All right, I got it back on there. It's a little crooked there. All right, I think I got it. There. So I got his helmet on there. Morning, Brandon. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining us today. All right, so then we have a gas mask and secondary. Now, I think we've seen this similar. This is very similar to the one Blowtorch had. It might be a little bit different. It has some red deco and silver deco in that see-through glass, and the tube with that little end that also has that silver deco. So this looks like it's very similar to the Blowtorch, but it's not exactly. So again, I think maybe something that Airtight might be getting, possibly, because this looks like something that would go with him. The problem is now I have taken the helmet. I put the helmet on. Now I need to put this on there. So now I have to change this around a little bit. Let's see if we can figure out how to get that on there without having to take that off. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to take the head back off again there to get this on there. So we're gonna have to take the helmet off there to get that head out of there. So this is tricky because there's layers to this. So let's see. We put this over the head, over the face like that, and then we put the head underneath there like that. See if we can get that to go, and then we'll put that in the front like that, and then we'll put that back on the ball joint there. All right, so there, I did that. I got all those back on, and I put that all back together. Now we have that little tube. So we've got to figure out what this tube, I guess it goes to that little doodad, that little breathing doodad that was in the front right there. So the tube from the breathing connects to that like that. So that goes into there, I think. There. And that was in the secondary here, or there. So there. So now you have that tube connected there. SCBA face piece. Oh, okay. To the regulator. Yep. There you go. So we got all that hooked up. He looks pretty good with his tube and everything all in there. So then We have a bunch of other cool stuff, accessories that go along with him. We have some goggles for just a average head sculpt there. If you don't want to go with the rebreather and he's not going into the fire that much, he could just use the goggles to protect his eyes from debris and dust and fire embers and things like that. So we have that. And then we have a second head. So if you want to do a different ethnicity skin tone, this is an African skin tone face, their head. So you can put that on that guy there, which I'm going to do just because I think it'd be interesting there. There, so I put that on that guy there. I put that guy's head over there next to my Jaws of Life. That regular is the second stage in a SCBA. It also contains a pass alarm that goes off when your air gets 1/4 of the air cylinder volume. Oh, are you a firefighter, Brandon? That's interesting. Thank you for letting us know that. The figure did a good job on the SCBA. Oh, very cool. So then we have this little cloth that is one of the cloths that you put over people. It's got a little bit of a material underneath there that's like, because I don't think I'm going to be using it, but there's like a little silver material underneath this. And this is cloth goods, which Classified very rarely does cloth goods, so I'm a little surprised. So this is a blanket that's a rescue blanket you would put over someone after the fire to kind of protect them, but I don't think I'm going to be using it, so I'm going to leave it all wrapped up. It's all wrapped up in some plastic and stuff, so I'm going to probably leave it that way because I don't see myself doing a diorama for that. Oh, you are a firefighter. Wow. Congratulations. Thank you for your service, and hope everything's going all right. Morning, Super Dave and chat. HK Viper, hey, good morning. Thanks for joining us. My nephew is a firefighter as well, and he's been doing all this stuff trying to move up in the ranks. He's going for lieutenant in the firefighter arena, I guess you would call it. And then I also have another nephew that's an EMS, and he did that, and he wants to go into physical therapy. He's going through that. So then we have this weird looking thing. It's like a pick. It's some sort of a like pick act where you pry stuff with it. Whether you have to pry open a door or a cellar or any kind of thing to get somebody out of it. So it's some sort of a pick thing that has 3 different portions to pick to pry stuff open. Then we have a large axe, which I think we've seen some of these axes with barbecue, I believe. Traditional red axe with the silver on the end, black handle, very common with firefighters. You see them on the walls all the time. And then we have 2 smaller axes. Same deco, just smaller. And then we have 2 sledgehammers. So that's the end of the accessories for now. We'll just put that over there. So we have the large sledgehammer with some silver deco on that. Traditional, big, heavy sledgehammer. Then we have a smaller sledgehammer there. Oh, that thing I was showing was a halogen bar. This? Cool. Appreciate it. Appreciate the information. One half of the tool set used for the forcing doors, called the irons. The other half is usually an 8-pound flat head axe to use as sledge end or axe end to help wedge halogen in the door jam. Ah, very cool. Thank you very much. So then they would like put this in there, and they would use like the sledgehammer, and they would hammer it, and they would pry it open to get the door because they needed to hurry up and do that quickly. All right. So let's see where a lot of these accessories go. Uh, let's see. It doesn't really show spots for a lot of this stuff. So I'm gonna give one. I'm gonna give him the axe, the big axe in one hand, because it doesn't give him anywhere out of this stuff. And I'm gonna give him the halogen uh, stick that Brandon's talking about, because he's going into the fire and he's gonna try to pry open some of those doors in there to see if there's anybody in there. There. So I gave him both of those. Oops. Yep, named after the FDNY firefighter who invented it. Oh, so that's interesting. Very cool. Thank you very much, Brandon. You've been very, very helpful with information on the firefighter in this episode. I appreciate. Well, the axe head blade part nestles in the fork part of the halogen and gets a strap to hold it together so you can carry it in one hand. One handed. Oh, so it goes like between this and this. Let's see. Like between this and this, like that. And then you just put them together. You hold it as one piece. So, like that. I can't seem to get it to stay in here. Like that. So then it holds as one piece, and then you put that in one hand, and it's together. So you have both of them together. They're like that. Very cool. Thank you very much for that information. So that gives him the ability to use something else. Maybe I can use the sledgehammer in the other hand. So I want to try to get them to use as much of the accessories as I can, because I don't like loose accessories. So now he has his sledgehammer, he has his halogen, and his axe. I'm going to put him on a stand. Let's see. Well, the axe head blade. Oh, okay. Everybody's saying hello. Pick-headed fire axes are usually specifically for opening up wooden rooftops. The pick is for purchase point to start chopping the hole. Ah, okay. Everybody's saying hello. Woo, happy Friday, Joe Bros. Yay, Sean Jones. Thanks for joining us. Good morning. Paul, Brandon, everybody's saying hello. Yep, Dave, you got it. But on the axe with the flat end opposite the blade, not a pick. So the flat part can be used to top the halogen in. Tap the halogen in. Okay. Hello. The figure doesn't come with a flat-headed axe, I don't think. No, I don't think it does. But, it's fine. I'm going to try to put him on his stand so I can get him to stand up. I would like to have had some sort of a kit of something for them to put all the equipment into, like a chest of some sort. Let's see. The stands are hard to get these figures into, some of them. All right. Oh my goodness. All right, so I have the firefighter on the stand with all the gear. I wish he had like some loops around the belt that you could put some of these other axes and things like that on there. Um, because it seems like he's got a lot of gear, and the fact that they only gave you one firefighter with this, it doesn't seem like it's um, conducive to all the gear they gave him. But I guess you can buy multiple firefighters that way, and you can do a lot of extra photography with it. So there you go. It comes with a hatchet not used in the structured firefighting, and a small sledge also not used, but small rubber mallets are used to take um, adapters off the water intake on fire pump panel by driver. Oh, okay. Interesting. Thank you very much. Uh, I've got two of these only and an unopened one. They were 65 bucks each Canadian. Wow. Sean Jones. Okay. Nice score, Sean. That's another thing. A lot of this stuff is going cheaper. I've been seeing it all over the place. People posting discounted places where they've gotten things. Hoping GameStop will lower the price. They did the other Legacy 60th figures. Oh, there you go. I think what was retail on these in Canadian dollars about 50. Ah, very cool. Um, so yeah, I don't particularly like it when you can't get all the gear on it, because he definitely comes with a lot of gear. And so I would have preferred, at the very least, maybe some loops to put some of these on him. So I think that's a kind of a detract, or some sort of a chest or some sort to put all that stuff into. He's one of the guys that needed one of those weapons lockers, because he's got a lot of stuff that comes with him. Um, but what do you guys think? Do you think this is a really cool figure? Do you think it was a smart use of reuse of this mold, the snow job, snow serpent mold for this figure? And do you think we're going to get more of these? Do you think they're going to reuse this mold again? Is it possible this could be what they use for the airtight mold, or the Arctic rescue figure that possibly is coming as a legacy in the future? Where else do you think this mold would be smart use? Well, to be fair, Dave, in this case, the gear overload isn't an issue, because our gear locker is the fire truck. Ah, I gotcha. So they put everything in the fire truck, and you just grab what you need and you go in and you do your job. And then if you don't need something, you bring it back out. I would like a 1/12 fire truck, though. Yeah, I think that would be kind of a cool thing. I don't know if Classified would ever do it. Mole rat for airtight. You think the mole rat's going to be the airtight buck? Okay. Um, Brandon, what is the normal number of firefighters to respond to a fire call? Um, yeah, that's interesting. I guess that makes sense. But he does have a lot of gear, and there's nobody to use it. You'd have to get two firefighters, and then you'd have twice as much gear. So it's a little bit weird. Let's see. Brandon says Yep, different tools for different types of emergencies, as you can imagine. We are not specialized, we are jacks of all trades. Correct. I understand that because every time you go, sometimes you have to just go and check someone's breath or check someone to see if their health is all right. Because I've had firefighters come to my house for my partner for different things, and there was no fire. They were just checking his breath, making sure he was all right, making sure he was safe, and there was nothing wrong and stuff. And then they would call an ambulance and stuff like that. So they do kind of a little bit of EMS. They also do fires. They also do rescue. They do a lot of different things. So I agree with you on that. That's very cool. Um, Michael Gene Fleming, a house fire would typically send two pumps, a ladder, and a rescue engine, and a senior officer. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you for asking that, Michael, and thank you, Brandon, for informing us and getting us the right information on that. Um, I like these real world type characters because they can be used in so many different facets. They can be used in Marvel Legends, they can be used in G.I. Joe, they can be used for a lot of other people's lines as well. Valaverse, Monster Hunters, you name it, all these 6-inch scale lines. If there's a lot of dioramas and play sets and stuff like that, you can use this real world type character firefighters and what we're getting in the future as well for those type of ideas. Anything more than a single family dwelling will automatically get an additional 2 fire apparatus and additional senior officers. Wow, that's pretty extensive, I guess. How many calls do you get on average per day, Brandon? You're welcome. Um, the response, though, may vary between municipalities that just than just mine sends. Okay, so each firehouse has slightly different procedures based on the fire chief of that firehouse. Just look, it's on sale now for $30. Well, there you go. Jump on that, Sean Jones. So I like these real world type characters and things like that. And I'm glad that they're doing this line. It's a really nice to repurpose a lot of these molds, a lot of these type accessories and stuff like that. I hope we really do get a lot of interesting stuff down the line. And I hope they delve into interesting areas of real world. I was really looking forward to the EMS when that was announced because we got Lifeline. So I think we could get an EMS fairly easy. I don't know. But it's been heavily rumored that that was the next legacy. But now there's rumors of an infantry legacy and a Arctic Polar Rescue legacy. So we'll have to wait and see because the next legacy after this one, it was a fantastic figure, but there was some political upheavals based around that figure and the release schedule and how it was released. This one just came out regularly, and it was at all your normal your social like places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Amazon, you name it. It was all over the place. You could get it very easily. But the next one, there's a lot of interesting background to how that came out. Depends on the station. When I started out at a core station in a busy area, 15 or so. Now I'm a 20-year man, enough seniority for a slightly slower station. Firefighting is a young person's job, 5 to 10ish. Ah, okay. Wow, that's interesting. And they're all different. They're not all just fires. There are some of them are rescue, some of them are just like calls to make sure someone's safe and things like that too, right? So you have diverse calls. So it's not a boring job, I'm sure. It's keeps you excited every day. It's different.